Hey guys, so those of you that see my previous videos, you've heard me complain over and over and over about my plasma. It does not work right. It takes and it won't arc, it won't this, that, and I've had it warrantied out twice. It's just a bad machine. And my multi-process welder is just a bad TIG machine. Now, I don't know why I bought a multi-process if the TIG's not going to work right. So, at SEMA this year, I took a little bit of time out and I went around to all the different companies that make welders. I looked at their machines, I looked at their price points, this, that, and other, and I sat down for quite a while and I looked at Everlast. Now, went through all the different equipment, and the cool thing is, a lot of it's within the price range that the average guy can afford. So, after talking to them for a while, they sent me out a Power Plasma 52i. Now this guy can cut half-inch plate. Now, I never cut half-inch plate, but it's cool that it's there if I need it. And this guy here is another multi-process welder. This one here is a Power MTS 221sti. It does MIG, it does TIG, and it does stick. It seems, for everything I can tell, it's a much better TIG machine than the other stuff I was using. So, what we're going to do is take and unbox these guys. I'm going to show you what it comes with, and then we'll use them for the first time. Alright, so let's look at what actually came in the box. Alright, first off, we've got our torch. That's pretty nice, much better quality than what I'm used to. It's got a safety on it here, so you don't accidentally bump it and turn it on. It's got a guide on it, so you can actually just drag it instead of having to worry about trying to float the right distance off the top of the material. We've got our grounding lead. Now this here is the adapter. Now this is set up so that you can actually run on 110. This is a dual voltage machine, and it's nice. So here in the shop we run on 220, but if I got to cut something out in the driveway, I can drop the 110, and it comes in helpful. We've got an air dryer, water separator, whatever you want to call it, because whenever you run a plasma, you got to have the air dry. Comes with consumables here, fuses, tips, even comes with all the air hose and pieces to hook it up. Comes with a small tool for changing tips, and even comes with an adapter to run this thing with a CNC. Now, of course I don't have that, but nice to have if we needed it. Alright, so I'm going to take a minute, set the machine up completely, and then we'll cut a few things and see how well it works. Alright, quick walk around on the setup. You got your grounding lead, you got your torch, real simple, push it in and tighten it. On the back side here, you got your air dryer, water separator. Comes with the bracket and the screws to mount it. All you do is slide it up through, tighten this nut. Now, all the fittings on this actually came with it. They're O-rings, so they're real simple to install. Now this hose, I didn't mention this before, but this hose actually comes with it. And the hose clamps. All you do is cut it to length, you're ready to roll. Alright, so we've got our amps, we've got our cutting pressure, we've got our post flow. Alright, well that's the 52i. I mean, easy to set up, cuts real clean. I think I might actually enjoy having a plasma cutter now. Alright, well, let's take a minute and check out that welder. Alright, inside the box we've got the manual. I need to go through it, but it shows you quick setups for DC TIG, AC TIG, MIG, flux core, spool gun. Real simple diagrams to set everything up. We got our MIG gun. Seems like good quality. Our stick welding lead. Our TIG package. Well, we got cups, electrodes, everything we need there. Our torch. Our grounding lead. Our foot pedal for our TIG. once again, our 110 to 220 adapter. This is also a multi-voltage machine, so we can do either. Small tool for changing tips, a few extra tips. Got our gas line, and we have our regulator. Alright, as you can see, this is a much bigger machine than my old machine. So, turn them sideways in the cart so they both fit, and we're good to go. Now I'm going to take a little bit of time, read over the owner's manual, make sure I understand how everything works on it, get it all set up, and when I'm ready, I'll show you guys how good it welds. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to do is sit this guy up and run MIG. Now MIG's what we do most of our work with, so we'll get it up, figure out our settings, get used to the machine. The first thing you got to do with any MIG is load the wire. Now my Millers, my Lincolns, the Vulcan I had, all those, the whole side lifts up and to get to the compartment where the wire is. And that can be a pain in the butt if you're a guy like me that has a shield, a wire, and gloves and everything else laying on top as well. So this one here, there you go. Now I know it's a small thing, but hey, things like that make me happy. Now we're using a 12-pound spool, so we're going to have to sit this up for the larger spool. Take the nut off. Make sure your wire is feeding out the bottom. Put on your drive wheel, your spring, and your nut. I don't go overboard on the tension, I just give it enough that it's going to spring freely, but it's not going to shift on me. Okay. Next thing is here, we're going to take the tension lever off, and this is our drive wheel. So what we're going to do is, when you look at these guys, there's different groove sizes. Now I run 030 wire, so we want the 0.8 side here. Now you want to make sure you put that to the inside, because that's where the wheel actually drives the wire through. Place it back on. Put the retainer nut back. Alright, now I'm going to grab a pair of cutters. Grab the wire. I'm going to feed it in over the drive wheel. And we'll start it into the actual tube. Once you got your wire fed through where you need it, lower down the idler wheel, put up your tensioner. Alright, so now we've got the spool mounted, we've got the wire ran through on the drive wheel, our idler bearing with our tension set, we're ready to go. Alright, the next thing we need to do is just feed the wire all the way through the line. We'll turn it on. Crank the wire feed all the way up. And hold the trigger. So one quick thing. Before you feed the wire all the way through, make sure you have the right tip in the gun. I'm using 030 wire, I have a 030 tip in it. Therefore it feeds nice and smooth through it. So remember to check it. Alright guys, well the MIG's a little bit of a learning curve, just getting to know the new settings, but well it's nice and clean. So let's go ahead and set up the TIG and see how it does. Now this torch is equipped with a trigger on it or the pedal. I prefer using the pedal, so I'm using the pedal. You can screw this into and you can actually just use the trigger here if you want. Now it's been a long time since I TIG, so we're going to see how this turns out. Well, works as a good DC TIG. I mean, that's not my best work. It's been a while. I got to get back into practice, get my helmet to stop blinding me. But let's go ahead and set up for AC and see how she does on aluminum. For DC TIG, which is steel, we've got our ground, our gas, our pedal, and our torch. Now to convert to AC, real simple. Take the ground, move it over. Simple as that, we're ready for AC. Alright guys, so after about 15 minutes of practicing with the TIG, I got it down again. It's just like riding a bike, you just got to get the motion going. So, now with any machine, I don't care what brand it is, what machine it is, you need to spend some time practicing with it. You got to sit there and play with amperages, play with wire speed, play with things like that until you figure out what thickness metal and what power, what amperage, what wire speed. You just got to figure out what works for you. Alright? Now this guy here is a Power MTS 221sti. That's a mouthful, but it's a great machine. So I'm happy so far. I look forward to using it a lot more. Then we got the Power Plasma 52i. Cuts like butter. I can't be more excited about that one. So maybe you guys can stop listening to me complain about my equipment and we can just focus on fabricating. So, well, we're all set up and ready to roll. Time to start building some stuff. Alright guys, have a good weekend. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.